Well, hello, this is Patrol Gripply, and I'm coming to you today with a little bit of an update video. This is not a shed update, but came out here so I can talk about a couple things and a little bit more privacy. I don't really want anybody to exactly overhear me saying these. Nothing like bad can be mentioned here, but I just don't want like my dad to overhear some of the things I'm going to be talking about since it's a little bit about him. Some of you might have saw my post earlier today, the date of recording this. It might go up a little bit later. I don't know. Talking, giving a little update on some different things going on with me right now in regards to some future streams and some other things. But I felt like I wanted to go ahead and get a video recorded as well, just to go over some of those same things. Just in case anybody didn't see that, and I talk a little bit more about some of these things. Especially since I'm out here now in the shed, in my inner sanctum, if you will. But yeah, so basically, I might not be as active on Discord or on the channel as much as I wanted. I've fallen behind on a couple different things, but some of it's just kind of a little bit of lack of motivation, having other things go on, so it's kind of hard to squeeze some of the things in like a good, timely manner. So some of the stuff I've just been kind of not doing. We'll try to stay up to date on some different things like a calendar. If one of those gets released, I definitely want to do some things there. Uh, for like Lego Legacy, but yeah, might not be doing as much stuff. And the reason is, sorry, my mind's still just kind of all over the place. Frankly, my dad's just not doing too good, and not like exactly deathly too good. It's just he. See the correct term. Wednesday he went in for dialysis, or last Wednesday. Yeah, well today's Tuesday. He went in for dialysis. Monday had taken him off early, so he was able to get his full treatment. Went in Wednesday. We had to go back and pick him up soon after we dropped him off there, cause his fistula, I believe the term, the fake vein they kind of put in, or real vein, or what, the vein they put in, will get done up so they can do dialysis with, stick the needle in it, frankly was clogged. So yeah, he had to come home, couldn't get dialysis. Went to a doctor that day to see if he could look at it, and he said we need to go get. I think he was gonna give us surgery the next day. Would walk us in. Went there. They either needed to see if they could unclog it. Let's see, unclog it, put in a stent, or they might put in a new one. He said he destroyed the vein or damaged the vein. One of those, I believe he said destroyed it. So he wasn't able to get anything in there with it, which is very unfortunate. So he's put in a temporary port so Dad can use that, and we're going in like a week or so to get his arms remapped. So his arm that they worked on is very messed up from that destroyed vein and everything, and them just generally working in it anyways. So yeah, that's really kind of messed up on his end. But so they're going work on getting that. We're still waiting to hear back from them about his heart stuff, which has been about a month since we went in for that. So we're kind of waiting on a bunch of big things also there with that. So that might have to go on pause until we are able to get the rest of his stuff, like this stuff handled. Though putting that in, or going to get his arm mapped. I don't know when we'll do the procedure after that. Might be a little bit. Probably won't be the same day. So probably be back in the hospital again when they do that. But then it's going to take like 2 months for that to be able to be used again for dialysis. So he's going to be using that temp port for quite a bit, which isn't ideal because he also not supposed to take a shower. I mean, if you put like a bandage or something over it, but still, it's just kind of not, very much so not ideal. So we have that little issue to work with. So that's going to be a little bit, have to work on the hot stuff. And then also Sunday when we were at church, when I got done with Sunday school, was coming down to meet up with my mom for preaching. I went to use the restroom and happened to look at my phone. Apparently had missed a text from my dad from like 13 minutes ago at that point, saying that he had fallen and needs help. So I had to go quickly, rush to find my mom, so we could head on home to get him. Called him back, though of course he said his usual, "Oh no big rush. I don't need, it's not an emergency." Well, you still on the ground? Yeah. Okay, well we'll come home. We live like 3 minutes from home too. Oh, we church like 3 minutes from home, if even that. Like the biggest thing is pulling out the parking lot, turning into the neighborhood. So rushed home for that. Got him up. Luckily, had some people from church come to help get him up, so we didn't have to call the paramedics. Not that that was a big deal, but I think that was good for him emotionally. It was nice having the church come out and help with that kind of stuff. Got a couple men to help him get up, though. I mean, he was laying there basically naked on the floor. I think he might have had shorts on, shorts or boxes. Lying on the floor, bloodied. He has a big sore on his leg. He's on blood thinners. It's not good. Kind of blood clot. He had some like nasty looking blood come out of his leg. Some like clotted, like jellied, congealed or whatever blood. Like it's not liquidy. It was kind of like if you ever use like a bottle of ketchup and left some on it, it like came back the next couple of days and gets that nasty whatever. That was kind of like his blood. Might be a little too much information, but we're gonna be getting into some stuff today. Had that all over the floor. Actually was from his toe. Well, I think that was from the wound on his leg. Maybe that came out. But he also was bleeding from his foot or his toe because he like rolled off some of the skin on his like index toe, like a little bit of the skin was just gone there. Tried to get that bandaged up, all that kind of stuff. So my mom left to go visit one of her friends who's in the hospital. She's not doing too well. I was going to go with her because she kind of needs help to drive and everything. So I help her with that and navigating. We thought we'd need to be home with him. He called for me while I was there by myself. He was bleeding again, had lots of blood to clean up, tried to stop up the bleeding there. Like, it's not that big. Well, we don't want to get everything messy with blood, too. I mean, that's just no fun. But the thing is, with him being, well, he's a diabetic, so foot problems are kind of a big deal. And he's on blood thinners and some other things, so him bleeding is not good. We don't want to lose his leg or nothing. So, yeah, that was kind of definitely a big thing, so we were trying to work on that. We got handled. But, yeah, so we're having issues with that, which honestly is not good. So we have the wound thing we kind of need to get handled. Honestly, me and my mom want him to kind of go to the hospital this week so we can catch up on dialysis, get his wound handled, check out that stuff. Oh, also, he told my mom, I think later the next day, that he thinks the reason he fell this time is he fainted or passed out, which is a little bit different before because he's had some falling issues like the past year. He hadn't done it in like at least about 6 months or so. But those seem to be actually more of just like regular issues, or like he fell and he was doing bad and had a lot of stuff was going on around Christmas time. But so that's a little bit new that he thinks he's actually falling, and he's giving us the speech that he's not sure if he's going to make it. He might be dying soon and everything. So there's that, which isn't particularly fun. So it's kind of why we want to get him checked into hospital. Also, when he was in the hospital Thursday, I think they weighed him, and he had gained 25 pounds since Monday, because you get weighed when you enter and leave the dialysis to see how much fluid they remove. And he had gained that much weight in fluid since Monday. So he really kind of needs... He still has some of it on. They've removed a bunch of it. But he still has a decent bit of it on. So we really need to kind of see if we can get all of that stuff removed. But it's just kind of... Just all kind of piling up different things there. So he's not doing well. Though he's not doing exactly too bad. Like, it's not exactly like I'm expecting him to die soon or anything. Even though he did give us the speech about that. So he gave my mom the speech about it. He hasn't given it to me yet. Though he did give an apology for being a burden. About if I get too much more of a burden, just go ahead and let me die. I can't bear to be more of a burden on y'all than I am right now. Ooh, that type of talk. Which, I mean, he's nothing compared to my grandmother or grandfather. I mean, they were way worse with the stuff they needed. Like, this is like we can handle this. you're not too far gone or nothing. We can get this stuff done. Not that big of a deal, but yeah. So that's kind of the stuff. So I might be a little bit gone to hospitals and doctors with him. Not like he's dying, going in there for chemo or nothing. Though he still needs a kidney transplant. Has heart issues. You normally only live about like 5 years once you get on dialysis. He's been on it for like a year and a half ish. Well, actually, it's kind of on 2 years now. He got on at Christmas 2019, I believe. So, May 20. No, Christmas 2020, I think. Or maybe it was. Yeah, I think 2020. It was before COVID lockdown, which I think was no, that was 2020. So that was 2019. So 2020, 2020. Okay. Time. So sometime on that. Yeah, my grandmother's been dead for like a year and a half. Grandfather was a year before that, and granddad, I think my dad went in soon before that. Oh, there's lots of different things going on. So I'm trying to get that handled. Nothing too bad right now, though we are going to try, or I'll be going a lot with that because I have to help him. Like my mom will drop us off at the door. I push him in the wheelchair or help him get his walk out to walk in and kind of help check him in, do different things like that. I kind of have to go to really help out with her. So it's not like I can not be gone and then I still have work stuff to do. I can't just take off fully from work. Especially right now, we might be having some big things coming up. Can't get any more details than that. But I do just want to say there might be some big things. So I might be a little bit less available than I have been recently, though I might still be a little bit flexible, working on some different things, which would be honestly very nice. But yeah, so I might be a little bit busy with some of that stuff. So there's just kind of a bunch of different things coming up, and I know like this is also just kind of more of a hobby. Like I don't really make any money off of this. Wouldn't mind maybe doing that in the future, but I don't think any of my stuff's really exactly worth monetizing. Though I don't know, might move on to some other streaming stuff that I like streaming on YouTube. There's some stuff we can restream stuff from stream to both YouTube and Twitch at the same time. Might look at something like that, but I don't think it's ever going to like really take off. And I do like doing level design and some other stuff like that. So I don't think I'd ever want to quit that as a job. But yeah, probably never go really full time or nothing with this, even though I've liked doing this, and this is pretty fun for me to do. Yeah, so I will try to do some more stuff with it, but like a bunch of other things is definitely taking my time. Also, like maybe spend a little bit more time with my dad. See if we can break out some more games for the Switch or something that I can kind of play in there. We can play together. I think he at least maybe want to kind of watch me play some games. That was kind of loud out there tonight. But yeah, so we might try to do a little bit of some stuff like that. I would like to maybe do that with him, and that would be kind of fun. Especially if he's not going to be here too much longer, though I'm hoping that he definitely is. I don't think we have to worry too much about that. But yes, there might be a little bit of an issue with that. So just kind of probably gave like way too much information there. But yeah, just kind of a bunch of different things going on. He's not doing too well. Any prayers would definitely be greatly appreciated. But yeah, so he's not exactly doing too good. I might be a little bit busy, so I don't might not have that much time to squeeze in playing. Also, to be honest, like Legacy doesn't always have the most interesting things going on at the time. Might just be kind of like Book Expedition or tournaments, which Book Expedition is a little bit more fun, and we can kind of just talk a little bit more doing that than tournaments. Tournaments you kind of need to concentrate, at least especially you get most of the classic space teams. It wouldn't be that big a deal if we didn't have to worry about deaths, since deaths actually penalize you. It's a little bit less fun, in my opinion, to kind of stream. Because I feel like I really need to more so concentrate doing that. But yeah, like anything something new drops, I probably would definitely check it out, though, let's be honest. a lot of times the new stuff drops, you can like play a couple nodes, but that's kind of it. Especially when they add some stuff, like I might do 1 or 2 nodes. I might even just like record some of me playing some of those. I've done that with a couple other ones because I can't always stream. But like this Imperial update or the Imperial event when it comes back, I will be able to go and do the a knwo node probably right from the start. I'll probably just go ahead and do that. Probably won't be able to stream. Also, Wuck's been wanting to have like, was it bi-weekly? That means every 2 weeks, I think. I forget, bi-weekly or whatever the one that means like twice a week. Meetings on Friday at like 2, 3 o'clock my time, which is kind of my gym time, which is only like the 2 times a week I can go to the gym, and I really need to like ideally lose. Well, honestly, I probably won't be lose 200 pounds, but I'm just going to aim for 150. So yeah, I definitely need some for my gym time. If I'm going to go twice a week, that might be like once a week on some weeks that Friday, because Dad gets dialysis Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So his doctor days are Tuesday and Thursday. I try to go Tuesday and Friday. I can kind of work that into my schedule. I might even have to change that Tuesday to somewhere. But it's just kind of hard to get all that stuff worked into my schedule. So we're having that. So I might not be able to do as many like Friday streams as I used to, or not do Friday streams till later at night. But then also, what I was mentioning with that is I might do more of streams of some other games. Like I've been really enjoying Godzilla Battle Lines, but we've kind of taken a little bit of a step back from it. So we'll be doing probably a little bit more of that, especially when they come out with the PvE mode in like 2 days. It normally comes in like halfway point of the season. I think the season has like 16 more days left in it, and it only lasts like 30-ish days. So probably do some more of that. Definitely gonna be doing some more Brawl, especially when that drops with its seasonal spooky Halloween event, which will probably be fairly soon. Whenever that drops, we'll be definitely doing some of that. I'll definitely be trying to grind that up, especially with it being like limited seasonal whatever stuff. Any updates they do will definitely be there for that. Also, just kind of want to play a little bit more of it, having fun. Sam was here / Hydro71. I believe that's, I think those are his different screen names. Tim's younger brother, Tempo. He might be getting it at some point, and we'll probably do some like streams of that together, or probably also play it some offline. But might do some stuff with that. There's been talk about a collab with GKM, yeah, because it's Godzilla, Mothra, King Ghidorah, All Monsters Attack, I believe is the name of that Godzilla movie. Yeah, I'm a Godzilla fan. I get you kind of mixed up with that. Been talking about maybe doing a collab at some point with him, but I just don't think right now with my schedule, like some of the stuff I can do is kind of random. Like, no, yesterday's stream was like very last minute. I don't normally stream on Mondays, but I was like, I feel good. Let's go ahead and play some games right quick. Simply even do it tonight, but I want to go ahead and record this video instead. So yeah, might do something with him at some point. I know he said his streaming setup's not really where he can stream, but I guess we could like talk on Discord while doing some other stuff. But frankly, there's not always the most amount of stuff to do in Lego Legacy. I speak negatively of the game. The game's decent, good sometimes even, but it just kind of depends if there's actual stuff to do. Like, there's not that much of stuff where it's like, here's things to do, and you might even have like Brickspedition, and like I said, like a couple maps for that. But let's be frank, lots of times it's kind of the same. So even there's not the most stuff. So I might be doing a couple other games, Godzilla Battle Line, Lego Brawls. I want to get back and doing some more Project X Zone. Project Cross, I think is technically how you're supposed to pronounce that. Well, there's an X to me, and that's how people would spell it. So yeah, want to do that. We might even do that as a series at some point. Just record that one whenever I get the time. I think with that would honestly be kind of fun to go and do some more of. So yeah, I might be doing some other things. There's a couple other games also coming out that I might be kind of interested in doing a little bit of some content stuff of. So yeah, just I guess be on the lookout for other things in the future. Probably moving a little bit away from just doing some more so Lego Legacy stuff. Also, this recent issue of the server going down at like my payout time, right before my payout time, I felt like that might also delay any updates we might get. Though I will still say I think there'll probably be something Halloween related in the near future. So I definitely be on the lookout for that sort of thing. But yeah, that's just kind of mostly what I wanted to say. Is I've just been randomly playing and looking at things in my collection. I want to do something with those stunts people back there at some point. Stunts right there, at least for like the motorcycles I have built. Video over here, love them. Kind of overpriced, but hey, they've been kind of fun to collect and get and everything. But yeah, I think that's really it for the update. Just kind of want to talk about some of that stuff. So yeah, it's been kind of a little bit stressful here, and been feeling like trying to do some of this, making commitments to stream, because I feel like the streamer is pretty good to tell some people ahead of time when you are going to stream. That feels just kind of honestly polite. But then trying to keep those commitments up has been a little bit of a pain. And really kind of stressing me. I think I mentioned that a couple, like the last update I did like a couple weeks ago, but I wanted to mention that it's kind of gotten a little bit worse with the situation with my dad kind of changing. Although back then we already were working with his heart stuff, but now we have a little bit more that we have to consider while also working on the different things. So yeah, it's just kind of sadly not the most stress-free time ever in my life, but I'm kind of trying to just keep on doing the things I need to do to not just kind of lose it again, have a breakdown. So yeah, I think that's honestly it. Thank you for those of you who stuck it out for this whole like 20-minute just ramble of just going on stuff. Just kind of wanted to get this out there. I didn't want to also like mention this, like record this in my room or the kitchen or whatever, where like maybe my dad could like hear me or whatever, because I don't want him to feel bad because he's already complaining about him being a burden and wants to go ahead and pass on because of it. So I definitely don't want him to hear me not complaining about it, but just like talking about how it is kind of like stressful and getting to me. So I didn't want to do that where he could get like where he could hear it. But yeah, I just want to just mention this to everybody. Kind of get this out there in the open. Might mention some of this again on stream some point. But for those who care enough or interested enough in what's going on to sit through this whole like 20-minute plus video to find out what's all exactly going on, thank you, and it's very appreciative that y'all out there and are that supportive. I really do appreciate all the people on this channel. Y'all make the streams really fun. Just sit there and just chit chat about some different things. And I'm going to get y'all to branch out at some point for some LEGO Legacy. We're going to find a game that clicks with some other people. Because I think Brawls might be a decent one to do at some point. Though I'll probably keep that game pretty casual most of the time. Weird, I have not done any death matches recently, or like the most kill missions. It's mostly some team-based stuff and capture the point modes. So yeah, that's been kind of interesting, and they kind of want to test out some more. I think some of those are a little bit more competitive when you're just trying to kill like the most people possible. But yeah, I think that's really it for this one. I'm gonna do one more sweep of the collection. A bunch of nice things in here. I mean, granted, it's my collection. I probably should be saying it's a nice collection, but I probably do like a video at some point, like the top 5 things I have in here I'd like to see get added into LEGO Legacy. Or heck, even into LEGO Brawls, because LEGO Brawls is honestly lacking a bunch of this stuff, like Mars Mission, not in there. Castle 2007, not in there. Castle 2013, not in there. The Space Police, not in there. Monkey Kid's in there, but they don't have that Monkey Kid set. Nexo Knights, not in there. I think Pharaoh's Quest might be related to some of the spooky stuff. I don't know if they have the heroes. No City. Do they have any of those pies? I think it's all like collectibles. None of the underwater stuff from there. So Aqua Raiders or Atlantis, none of them. Hidden Side pretty fairly represented. Alien Conquest pretty fairly represented. More City, Lego Movie stuff would be kind of cool, though I know that's kind of weird. Exo Force would be neat. Legends of Chima would also be very neat. Well, Galaxy Squad would be neat. Uh, Kingdoms would also be neat. Even heck, just other Ninjago stuff would be pretty neat. So when we some of those, I think that's actually in there, Monster Fighters. But yeah, just kind of lots of stuff up in here that's not in there that I would love to see get put in at some point. Honestly, lots of really cool varied figs, lots of cool different builds you could put in there. But yeah, I think for that I'm actually going to end this. Love that little guy over there. I love Nexo Knights had some of the best builds in my opinions for the bad guys. I love how all the enemy vehicles, structures, and different things like that were all supposed to be living creatures. I don't know. I just love that. I love how they did the enemies. So this is me heading on out. And yeah, I record these at night. Is the moon even out here? No? Nope. Okay. So, yeah. That's it for this little video. I hope you have found this informative, useful. I don't know. Just getting this information out there. I don't want to be mentioning it too much during streams. I don't want like my dad to overhear me kind of talking about it. I think it might be kind of embarrassing. Like I think it's honestly, genuinely very embarrassing him needing to have people come to the house and help pick him up when he falls. I mean, he is 300 pounds. 300 pounds, kind of a dead weight when he falls. Has lots of fluid weight still on him at this time. So, yeah, it's just kind of not great for him right now. And I don't want him to feel embarrassed or nothing. So, yeah. And I guess with that, I'm going to end this here on Nighttime Face Reveal. I mean, I think I've done my face before on a couple of streams. But, hey. Thanks for watching this. Okay, so one more quick little thing right here before I go back in, sitting outside the front of the house, have that really nice street light. I also say thank y'all for being there. Y'all really help make it a lot easier getting through this. Sorry, sometimes I might get a little whatever. It's just really stressful. So y'all being there, it really does mean quite a bit. Really makes it easier to get through this. Look forward to being able to hop on a stream and y'all be there and do stuff like that. Now that might sound like very kind of like sappy, but I really do definitely mean that. And just apologize if I ever do kind of like snap at anybody. That just kind of honestly is lots going on. But I definitely want to say that y'all do definitely mean something. So yeah, I think that was the last bit I forgot to mention in there. So I guess it is now time to go on back inside.